Okay, y'all, I want to run through a quick video here. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I'm actually doing a stovetop seasoning, and this pan here has had the Crisco 500. I think I run it through 2 or 3 times. It's been used a couple times, but it's just not non-stick like I want it. So I want to show you how to jumpstart these things and get a real good seasoning on it. And this usually takes 6 to 8 coats. You can do it on the stovetop. I actually have been using my own proprietary blend, I guess you may say, for quite a while, which is going to be available to you guys soon at a very inexpensive price. But you can still do this with Crisco and still end up with some very, very good results. So basically what we're going to do to start this out is start this out with a upside down. I like to do this. It kind of, I don't know, makes its own little oven and whatnot. And we want to get this to the smoke point. So you can use the little shooty thingies for, your infrared thermometers or whatnot. Myself, I like to just warm it up. And then you're going to see, what you're going to see happen is you're going to see the oil smoke off and completely go through and burn off to nothing, is what we're trying to get and obtain here. We're not going to get it just to the smoking point, but we're actually going to dry this oil fat to a point to where it's polymerized. So we're actually going to create a nice slick, and you can see this is a nice clean pan, and it's but it's dull. It's really it really doesn't have a nice sheen to it. And you can keep cooking them, and they will produce that sheen and that that quality that you're looking for. But we can achieve that right here on the stovetop in minutes, instead of going through the process of trying to polymerize and hours in the oven. We can do this in a matter of 15, 20, 30 minutes sometimes, and do it quickly. So basically, the first step we're going to do here is, and I suggest doing this just on the inside. We're trying to obtain a cooking surface here. We're not actually, once I get my C500, the outside of my pan will do nothing but get better. So I don't really need to mess with the outside, but the inside's kind of what I'm going for here. And basically we just want to wipe this down, and I'm going to wipe it right back out, right here, very simple. I'm just going to wipe this back out, but I'm not going to wipe it out dry. It's not like the C500. We're not going to wipe this thing dry. So what we're going to do is wait for the smoke. As soon as it starts to smoke, we're going to flip it over and wipe it again. And then we're going to flip it back over. So we're going to stick this back right there, and we're going to wait for that puff of smoke. When we see it smoking, then we're going to flip it over, we're going to dry it again, and then we're going to flip it back over just like it is right now. So I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I couldn't stand it. I'm not saying you can't put the oil on the outside of your pan. This one, I went ahead and put some on the bottom because it's kind of a little blotchy here and there, and it'll kind of darken it up too. And as I'm doing this, and plus you can put a little on the outside or whatever. You can do the outside. Like I was saying, you don't have to, but here you'll be able to see the smoke rise up off the top. So we'll know we're in that smoke point area, which with Crisco you're looking at about a 375 or so. So we know we're right in that range, 365, 375. Time to wipe it, and then we'll get back to it. Okay, now we're just now getting to the smoke point. I don't know if you can see that. It's very light. Let me see if I can't. There we go. I can kind of see it there. We're just now getting to the smoke point. Now, if you'll notice, it's starting to get starting to dry up. You can see those little spots there. We're starting to smoke a little better now. You can kind of see that. This is the point we want to reach, that we want to dry it back off. So now what we want to do is go ahead and flip this over, which I'll dry that bottom. We want to go ahead and flip that over, and you can see the inside. See that where it's starting to bullseye up? This is the time that you need to wipe it down. So we're going to go ahead and wipe that one more time. Except for this time, we're going to wipe a little bit more intently and get this dried off. We don't have to wipe it completely dry, but fairly. And that looks actually pretty good. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to flip this right back over, and we're going to let it go till it quits smoking completely. There we go. And let it go, which is going to take about another, 3, 4, 5 minutes, and then we're going to repeat the process again. Okay, looks like we've quit smoking, so we're going to go ahead and flip this over, and if you'll notice, it looks pretty dry, pasty looking, not a lot going on there. So we are ready for another shot of the Crisco, and now we'll notice a nice little smoke on it. We're just going to wipe this down, do the same thing right over again. You'll find out this works really, really great, and it's really, I want you guys to pay attention as to the change of this surface as I'm going through this process, and you'll notice yours as well. You'll notice something's going to happen drastically that you're not going to see any other way. So we are number 2, which honestly this took about actually took about 10 minutes. This is a number 9, obviously a little smaller one. A little smaller pan's going to go a little faster, a little bigger. It's going to take a little longer. So we're going to go right back over and back onto the fire, and we'll wait for this one to quit smoking. That is layer number 2. Okay, and 5 minutes later, on the button, we are back at it. Now we notice the surface is evening out just a little. We're going on to the 3rd coat now. We're going to number 3. Number 3. Same deal. We're just going to wipe it down and wipe it out. There's number 3. Okay, that's 3. Now we're moving on to 4. This one actually took about 7 minutes to dry up. Remember, when you're doing this, I'm doing 5 minutes. I'm actually setting my alarm up here for 5 minutes in between now, and it's working out real well. This one actually took about a couple, 2-3 minutes more to dry up. But about halfway through, I'm flipping this, and I'm drying it back out. So about 2.5 minutes in, I'm actually wiping it again. So this moves on to number 4. Numero 4. Oh, this is great. You guys are going to love this. Absolutely love it. And you can do this with any oil or fat of your choice. You don't have to use Crisco. You can use whatever you like. So there's number 4 starting. Okay, folks, here we are, and we are about to put number 5 on. So we're coming off of 4. We're going to flip this over. Now, if you'll notice, this finish is getting totally different than what we started off with, as you can tell. So this is going to be number 5 right here. But I want you to notice that we're starting to get a nice glare on that skillet. And it's completely dry. You know, there's no oil on there. We're drying this out. We're actually polymerizing this, which is, this is going to give you a great cooking surface. So moving on to number 5, keep an eye on the surface and see what we're doing here. Okay, what I'm doing here, for those of you that, want to really watch your time, which I'm setting it for 5, but still you can go set it for 2.5. Your timer goes off, flip it over, wipe it out, wipe it back, dry it again, and then reset it for 2.5, 3 more minutes, and you should be ready to do another layer. Okay, we're 2.5 minutes in. I just wanted to do a real quick look here because I'm going to wipe it. Now you'll see this is what we're wiping at that 2.5 minute stage. You can see it kind of drying up, but it's kind of beading. So we want to, this is where we reintroduce wiping on this deal. So you'll notice as you get more on it, you're going to kind of have to wipe a little bit more aggressively. So 2.5 minutes in, and we're cleaning this puppy up right there. Alrighty. And here we are again. Now we're moving on to number 6. My alarm just went off. Flip it over. Now you'll notice, look at that. Notice the high sheen we're getting here. Can't wait for you guys to try this at home. This is a great, super fast method to put on a super hard seasoning, and quickly. Takes a little while. I mean, this is coat number 6. 8 has been about, I've been doing this for months. Sorry, camera's all over. But I've been doing this for months. Right around 8 is where I really like it. So just keep that in mind. If you're not doing at least 8, you're not going to have the same results that I am. So this is number 6. Okay, and here we are. Timer has went off. 2.5. I wiped. 2.5. I let it go for another 2.5 minutes. Total of 5. And look at there. Look at here, guys. I want everybody to see that. That is not oil. This is a nice glass-like polymerized surface that we're all wanting to achieve. So you really, really need to try this method. We're moving on to number 7. Number 7 here. Okay, and here we are back again, folks. That was, I believe, number 7. I've been trying to keep track of this, but I suggest getting a pad of paper or something and jotting stuff down so you know where you're at during this process. So we're going to go ahead and flip that over, and I just want you to look at where we're at now. You'll see a nice, superb glassy finish on here that's hard as a rock. So we're going to go on. This should be number 8, I believe, and this is going to be the last coat. Okay, folks, that's it. We're at 8 seasonings on here, and just want to show y'all. Now, I have put a few coats on the bottom as well, and kind of show you, darken it up to the blotchiness out of it. And there we flip it, and look at that.